Good morning. You can see we got a prime rib roast in front of us. It's boneless. Kind of see it's kind of split right there. I don't think I'm just gonna let her go and see how it does. It was kind of hard to find in town, and luckily the local butcher did have one. But this is what I got, and you can kind of see it's thicker on this end. You know, this is right off the end of it. So usually when I get them, it's like a middle section. It's thinner on that end, but it's still gonna be good. So I don't even know why I'm complaining. Anywho, I'm gonna do it off camera, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim a little bit of the fat cap off, not much, and I'll pick back up. I'll pick back up, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do next after I trim it. So we'll see in a little bit. Okay, we're back. You can see I went ahead and trimmed quite a bit of the fat off the top. There's really not a whole lot on the bottom. Now what I did is I did it off camera. I apologize, but I just took some table salt and lightly sprinkled every side of this, and now this is gonna go into the fridge until I'm ready to put it on. So it's gonna be in the fridge probably for 3 to 5 hours, depending on when I get this thing started. And I think what I am going to do is I'm going to probably get some rope here, and I'm probably going to tie this together after I get my rub on it, just because it won't be that hard. I'll just put 2 or 3 strands of strings across it just to keep it nice and tight when it's cooking. So besides that, this thing's going to go in the fridge, and I'll pick back up. I'll pick back up when I put my rub on. So see you then. Alrighty, we are back. I got the rib all roasted, or not roasted. I got her all rubbed down, and then I got her tied together with some rope there, some butcher's or cotton rope or whatever you want to call it. Usually when I do prime rib, I usually make a paste. Put half a cup of olive oil in, a bunch of seasoning. I mix up myself, but today I decided just to lightly coat every side on this with olive oil, and then I made a homemade rub for this. And if anybody was curious, we got 1 tablespoon of the deer steak seasoning, 1 tablespoon of roasted garlic and herb, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of coarse salt, 1 tablespoon of sweet smoked paprika. The deer steak seasoning is by a company called High Mountain Seasons, or High Mountain Seasonings. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then that roasted garlic and herb is the stuff I used on a chicken last night, and that's just by McCormick. Really good stuff. And yeah, we're gonna give it a try. But like I said, olive oil and put a healthy coat of the rub I made on it, and I'm gonna let this sit in the fridge until I get the grill up to temp. So I will pick up I'll pick up when I'm done at the grill when we're throwing this thing on. So we'll see in a little bit. Alright, so we're down at the grill. You can see I already got the slow and sear, the 12 briquettes started pretty good. You can see I am going to go ahead and I'm not going to use the water trough for water. Actually, you worked so good yesterday, I'm going to do it again. But I got a bunch of chunks of hickory in there, and that's what the flavored wood we're going to use today. So I'm going to take about 3/4 of the chimney full of this Kingsford, pour it right in, kind of spread it out, make sure I don't burn myself. And then I'm going to throw 1 other chunk of hickory right on top of these coals, and then it's just the regular setup. I think one thing that I like to do is as soon as I get the grate on, I like to go ahead and just throw the meat on right away. Just so, like, once I got it closed, like, I don't have to open it up again and throw the meat on. Because once it's set in, and if you don't have to open it, I think this thing is super easy to keep where you want it. So, again, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the prime rib roast on right away. And then we're going to monitor the temp. The temp that we're going to be cooking at today is going to be 225. And we're going to take this prime rib roast up to about 130 before we pull it off. So I'm going to go ahead and put the grill temp probe there. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my food probe here, and I'm going to stick it right through the middle. I don't know. Well, like right there. Whoops. Like right there we're going to stick it. And I'm going to go ahead and close it up. And remember to get this thing started and warmed up, vents all the way open until it hits about 175. Then you close the bottom vent to just a crack open and the top to half, and you just mess with it until you get it up to temp. So I will probably let this go for at least 2-3 hours before I show you how it looks. So we'll pick back up then. Alrighty, we are at 2 hour mark internal right now on the roast. The prime rib roast is at 107, I think. I kind of felt weird when I put the temp probe in, so I'm probably just going to leave it where it's at, and I'll probably do some extra checks when I think it's done. So I've been able to keep the temp between like 225 and 235 the whole time. We'll take a quick peek at the roast. Looking good, looking good. Got a lot of charcoal left. And yeah, I'm going to close her down, and I'm going to let her keep going until it hits, I'll probably come out here and check it when it hits 125. But if you pan over to the left, you see you got the rec tank out. And that's right, we're going to be dual grilling tonight. So I'll pick back up in a little bit when I'm up in the kitchen. I'm going to show you what we're going to do in the rec tech. And it's not going to be bacon wrapped tots. It's be something we've never done before. So Stay tuned. Alrighty, so we're up in the kitchen. You can see the 2 Ziplocs in front of you. In the left one, we got 3 medium-sized regular potatoes in there, and then on the right one, we got 3 medium to smallish red potatoes in there. And what we're going to do to them is this stuff that you guys know I like, this frying magic. It right on the back, there's a recipe for crispy potatoes. And pretty much to do what the instructions say. You can buy it if you want to know the instructions, but pretty much you're just going to dice the potatoes up. Supposed to add a 1/3 cup of frying magic to each bag. Well, each of the potatoes. And I also put a tablespoon of Big Dick's margarita rub in each one of them too. You're supposed to pour the mix into the bag. Supposed to close the bag up, and then you're supposed to take the bag and just shake these potatoes up until they're all evenly coated. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you these once I got them all in the pan. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, the directions call for you put 2 tablespoons of oil on a cooking pan, like 1 inch deep. I went ahead and lined it in tin foil just because I don't want to get it all dirty. Actually, I double lined it in tin foil. Got the red potatoes on the right, the regular potatoes on the left, and they're going to go on the rack tack at 425. I think it says for like 35 minutes, and you flip them halfway in between, so I'll probably let them go for 40. I'll check them at 20, maybe flip them, maybe I won't flip them, we'll see. But I'm probably not going to show you what they're looking like on the rack tack. You just get a final shot of them. So besides that, I think the last time we'll probably pick up here is when we're ready to eat. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, so we are back. You can see real quick, they're taters. Let's go ahead and give one of these a try. Huh. Oh, that's hot. Oh my land, so that's hot. Not too bad, honestly. Pretty dang good if you gotta ask me. But let's go ahead and get to the big unveil. Let's go ahead and let this unwrap the prime rib roast, I should say. Let's unwrap it. I let it rest for 15 minutes. Oh my. Yeah. Kind of see all the juices that are coming out of it. First thing we're going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the rope. So, excuse me for a minute if I'm in your way. Smells amazing, by the way. I'm just trying to think of things to say when I'm doing some cutting like this, so it's not like an awkward silence, I guess. So let's go ahead and pull the rope out if I can. There we go, rope is out. And let's go ahead and cut into this. Give you a quick action shot. I think you can probably see it pretty dang good. There's a lot of juice coming out of this thing. Let's go ahead and cut into it. Oh yeah. I ended up taking it up to like 140. It's not my normal prime rib roast temp. My normal is probably about 130 to, I don't know, pretty much 130 is when I pull it off. But that does not look bad at all. So I'm going to go ahead and plate the stuff up and eat. I don't think I really need to do a taste test because I've really never had a prime rib roast turn out bad. This is going to be good. But maybe we'll see maybe a little after the video talk. I don't know. Or after the meal talk, I should say. But anyways, if you don't, you guys have a good night. Like I said, 225 pretty much-ish the whole time. The prime rib roast took, 5-pound prime rib roast took right around the 3 hours and 50 minutes to 4 hour range with rest. And yeah, it's gonna be good. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you later. All right, so it's time for a little after the meal talk. First things first, prime rib roast. Like I said, I took it to like 140-ish, I think. I don't remember what I said. I think it was like 141 when I pulled it off. Usually it's about close to 10 degrees hotter than what I usually would do. But oh my Lanta, it was still like amazing. You could see like when I unwrapped it, like all the juices that came out of it. It looked real good. It tasted even better. You could really taste the hickory through it. Really happy with that. Second thing, the potatoes I did, these things right here, I'm still kind of snacking on them. I would not recommend these for, like, if you want to do steak and potatoes. Don't do these with them. This is kind of more or less like an appetizer because I'm still eating on them, and it's kind of just like a snack food. Like, it just, I don't know, the way they come out, like, they're nice and crunchy, but they're still, like, you know, moist on the inside from the potato flavor. And wow, dude, they are, like, I didn't mean to say dude, but they are really, really, really good. And don't mind the dog there in the background. She's kind of just cleaning up the floor. That's what my dogs do. But overall, I gotta say this, you know, this cook is a good 2 thumbs up. Slow and Sear was awesome. like I said, I kind of had to mess around with it probably for, I don't know, the first hour or so, but it's like 30 to 40 mile an hour winds a day, so it's kind of hard to get out of the wind. But other than that, dinner was good. I'd recommend trying this, you know, with the slow and sear, and you know, a couple chunks of wood, whatever you like. Hope the video helped everybody out, and besides that, I got my trusty bush light here, and cheers. You guys have a good night.